that. If that wasn't the death of hip hop,
bro, I don't know what is. If that wasn't the death of hip hop,
if a bunch of motherfuckers running around wearing oversized jean shorts that were long enough to be fucking capri pants and 10X t-shirts, walking around with necklaces made out of fucking rubber bands, talking about crank this and crank that for years straight.
I hated it.
Like 2-3 years straight. I used to be in
the club dancing with a girl. That shit come on. Bang, bang, bang. She's like, oh, you know how to crank that, Soldier Boy? I'm like, nah, sure.
If that didn't completely demoralize hip hop, and then for a year after that, the most cult followed rapper. I mean, the only person at that time who had a bigger cult following than fucking Bass God might have been MF Doom himself. Yeah. If Bass God's non-rapping ass, and I mean like I'm not, hey, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Whoa. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Whoa. But listen. Whoa. Listen. Corey. Listen. I listened to every song. I'm not saying that I didn't listen to every song. I'm just saying if I put him up to my lyrical favorites, he don't stand a chance. But he made music.
So Please Respect the Bitch wasn't hard?
Please respect the bitch. He had that one. He had
I could fuck your hoe.
Like, come on, bro.
Your girl already know.
And he made music that had a cult following. On top of coming immediately out of the Crank That era, during and right after the Crank That era, if that did not kill hip hop, bro, hip hop is never going to die.
It's never going to die.
It's never going to die.
That happened.
What was the name of that group? The name of that group, it wasn't Pac Div, it was the Pack. The Lil B was in the Pack.
He was in the Pack.
Got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers.
Pac Div was like the hard version of the Pack.
Pac Div was the hard version
of the Pack. Except for Lil B. And then
came TDE.
Hard as fuck.
And then came TDE, and I was like, bro, they're like the Pac Div, but way harder. Yeah. And it was like people think that the fact that they feel like there's a lack of quality hip hop, that hip hop is going to fucking die, bro. That's not.
There's always gonna be them niggas. Who knows who the fuck TDE and them was listening to, but it wasn't to Crank That shit the way him and Schoolboy and J Rock was
came out rapping like they came out rapping like someone put a gun to their mom's head and said,
if you don't rap
spit the hardest shit ever. Yeah. And they came out rapping like that.
Like that.
They came out rapping like that. Out of the Crank That era.
Out of the Crank That era.
So you saying Crank That era may have saved us?
I'm saying that can't nothing break us.
Crank That era might have the Crank That era might have been the terraforming of the planet of hip hop.
It was.
It might have we didn't have no growth.
07, right?
Crank That era was
07.
07. I was 21, and I'm not gonna lie. I ain't do it.
Was it 07? I think it might have been earlier.
It was 07. No, it was 07.
No, Crank That was out the same time as 50 Cent. 50 Cent dropped in 03.
04, 03, yeah.
50 was 03. I was
just out of high school.
Yeah, Crank That might have been out a little earlier than that.
The t-shirts turned into A shirts.
Crank That came down like 05 latest.
Oh, I was in Jock Corps. Yeah. I was
Bung, bung. Bung.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
Hey.
2007. Hey, yo.
No, that's 07.
2007.
See, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on point.
Y'all ain't gonna lie. Hey, listen, Soldier Boy got some shit. Pretty Boy swag was hilarious, fam.
Hey,
get out the way.
Soldier Boy
Pretty Boy coming
through. And I'm not gonna. I ain't do the move because I ain't had no rhythm. But I was, I was rocking back and forth. I was feeling it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it wasn't.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I did it first, but I started getting mad as fuck because I was already in the club. I've been going to the club. I was going to the club every weekend from the time I was like 13 to the time I was like 21. So I was in the club for all of that shit. I used to be mad I couldn't dance with no fucking girl. I came to the club for one reason: girls.
Everybody trying to do line dances.
I'm dancing to a girl, some crazy ass song, some song a fucking 15-year-old shouldn't even be in her dancing to. I'm on her dancing. You ain't gotta say too much. I'm in her dancing with a girl, having a good time. All of a sudden, Crank That Soldier Boy. Come on, now we gotta get in the fucking circle, and I gotta crank that Soldier Boy with you. But Ma, I don't want to do that.
I want to dance.
But Ma, drop down and get your eagle on.
Come on,
like goddamn. Y'all gonna change that up for Soldier Boy? I used to be swole. All my homies out there.
I think that when it comes to music, people are so afraid of things not being the way that they're used to them being.
Yeah.
And I think that they don't take into account that the music industry for rappers during the ages of music that they loved the most was the worst version of the music industry for rappers.
Yeah, they didn't help.
You know what I mean? Like, and the music industry today doesn't care about exceptional talent because it's hard to foster and hard to find.
Yeah.
So and then when exceptional talent comes with life problems, then you lose your investment because you got an exceptional talent that just happens to like to shoot heroin, and now it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with you?
You gonna sign them and act like
right? So the easiest thing to do is to rap about. The easiest thing to do is to pick up people who rap about sensational things that are cookie cutter repeat topics. Yeah. You know what I mean? You got ops. Are they dead? Are you smoking on them? Come sign on this dotted line.
Yeah, that's what they want.
You know what I mean?
And to be honest, all the people that call themselves gatekeepers, I'm gonna be real. I give people a little bit of credit because they gatekeep like shit about ghostwriting and shit. Y'all niggas ain't gatekeeping these niggas fucking killing each other all over these songs. And all these niggas on these radio stations, that's how you know, like, I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna bring him up, but I'm just saying, a certain person talk about independence all the time because I don't want to give no nigga too much fucking press on
independence.
Shit. Talks about independence and building the business by yourself where you can make your own choices. All these niggas that do all these rants at these radio stations, they don't got no fucking control. They act like they gatekeepers, but they don't really gatekeep shit.
Yeah.
But people they fuck with, they don't really gatekeep shit. They don't gatekeep nothing. Like, these motherfuckers will gatekeep Drake out of America because he don't really write a bunch of his shit. And is preserving motherfuckers who should be ordained as the best, writing their own shit, I feel like an important factor of hip-hop. I feel like hip-hop is the only genre that has a competitive, it's like a sport. It's the only genre that has mad aspects of a sport.
A competitive edge to its artistry and not just the numbers.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what makes
hip-hop very special. Because you can outsell an artist and people still be like, bro, you ain't better than him.
You ain't better than him.
You know what I mean?
You ain't better than him.
You can't do that in too many other genres.
You ain't better than him. Like, it's the only genre we know. Universally, we say it all the time. There has never been a time. I don't think Nas ever outsold Jay-Z. I don't know any time in history where anybody
not telling me Flo Rida is a better rapper than Jadakiss, bro.
He's not. He's not.
He outsold him.
He outsold him.
The charts are selling that he's better.
Bro, he
but you're not
outsold
telling
him, bro.
me he's better.
There's too many. Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Bro, the niggas who... Bro, I could list off hip-hop Hall of Famers that
you're not telling me Vanilla Ice is better than...
You're not telling me he's better than Crooked Eye.
Period.
You're not
Voice to 5'9".
Voice to 5'9". I'm gonna be real.
MC Hammer were out at around the same time.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, he bit off him. Vanilla Ice is the Justin Timberlake to MC Hammer's Usher.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Come on, bro.
That's facts.
Yeah.
I know people are like, oh, Justin is a cookie
every time
cutter
that damn Vanilla
white boy
Ice song
version of
I
Usher.
always think it's the other
bro.
song. I always get played. I like the other song. He sampled the original. The boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what that song. Under Pressure. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I be getting played. I be mad as fuck. Ice, baby. Bum, 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 bum. I hate it.
I ain't gonna lie though. The breakdown of Ice Ice Baby is kind of fire, but I just never wanted to admit it. But y'all can't see my face. So. You know what I'm talking about?
Y'all can't see my face. It's hilarious, shit.
Can't see my face.
Yo. I always think about Step Brothers where Derek was doing that shit in the fucking talent show. Killing this shit like a poisonous mushroom, deadly. That shit was hilarious, yo. Like, yeah. Vanilla Ice,
but
man.
I feel like,
shout out
man.
to him getting hung out that window by Suge, man.
Shout out to him getting hung out the window.
You're a legend. That was a legendary moment in hip hop.
Yeah, definitely was.
And you signed your shit over?
Shout out to Suge for shutting down some goofy shit.
Yeah, and you actually signed your shit over, which is crazy. To hang someone out the window and actually get the right to their record is wild. Like, you can't do that now.
He got it back though. He got it back.
He got it back.
He signed in distress.
Yeah, he signed under
distress or something
that
like
he was
that.
gonna get dropped.
Yeah, it was. Well, it's for real. Real dropped.
Yeah,
but you know, I think that people discredit the form, the art form. And I think that they don't trust the kids. They don't trust the youth.
You gotta trust the kids.
They don't trust the
You
youth.
don't have a choice. It's their world.
But
you don't have a choice but to trust in any aspect. You don't have a fucking choice. When we're old, these kids are gonna be running the world. There's a reason why I stopped having the LeBron MJ argument. You know why? Because I won. Because Giannis Antetokounmpo came in the league and they asked him who his favorite player was and he said LeBron James. Because Luka Doncic came in the league and said who his favorite player was and they said LeBron James. Because as I get older and these kids that grew up watching him got older, their opinion is going to be the nigga who they seen play.
Stephen A is going to be too old to be on TV one day.
And there's going to be a 20-year-old Stephen A. who grew a 29-year-old Stephen A. who grew up watching LeBron.
One day, if the world keeps turning, there's going to be a day where Michael Jordan is in the thoughts of the public the same way that Bill Russell is.
Yes, there will.
And if you don't know Bill Russell, that's my fucking point.
That's the point. That's the point.
You get me?
That is the point.
Like,
that is the point. 20 years from
why
now,
I just like-
and 20 years from now, whoever it is, Jonathan
Bill
Norwood.
Russell won more
You know what I'm saying?
championships than LeBron James and Michael Jordan combined. What do you got?
12.
12.
11. Same amount as them. No, wait, more than them. Because Braun got 4, Jordan got 6.
Oh, damn.
10.
More than
One
them
more.
combined.
Yeah, more than them combined.
If you
During
took Kobe's
segregation.
career
Wait,
and LeBron's career
and he also
combined
coached.
it,
And he also coached
and
for
then
some
he
of them
coached.
that he played.
And he played while he was coaching.
And to me, that's why you gotta
player
get specific about eras and shit too. Because like, there's discussions like people will say shit about Bill, and I feel like he needs to be in that discussion. They'll be like, well, there's only 11 teams. All right, and black people couldn't play a lot of plays. Okay, cool. That's shit to bring up. But the point is, as time goes on, at one point in time, you couldn't tell nobody about Bill Russell.
Yeah.
During the 90s,
And when
you
you're
can't tell
talking
nobody
about
Michael
when you're
Jordan.
talking about Michael Jordan, there was no such thing as a Stephen Curry.
There was no such thing as
There
anybody
was
ever
no
being compared.
such
Bro,
thing.
until LeBron came along, I never heard anybody do the Jordan comparison. I heard Kobe in passing, but niggas didn't take it serious. And to me, the reason I told them niggas I won that argument is because, bro, the fact that we're even having this conversation every day and they gotta have it on TV.
That's what I'm saying. And then you know, and that's the thing about
You
hip
gotta
hop.
have it
Like
every day.
people say, like, oh, you know, they want an era of like rapidy rap type motherfuckers.
Yes.
And what they realize is that, like, when we went back to the earlier conversation on a different pod, we talked about regional flavor. The thing about, I say, music in general is that music is about relating to people.
Yeah.
It's not about preserving styles of art.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's
not.
never been about that.
And art isn't
Even
always
art
about-
isn't about preserving styles
And-
of art. It's about expression.
And the other thing is, like, I understand everybody wants conscious music and everything, and hip hop has been used as like a message center, but art is art, fam. Art is not meant to fucking send you a message to guide you on your life or to give you some fucking step-by-step rule book for how to fucking live. It is somebody going through what they're going through personally and personally expressing it. And I feel like a lot of times when hip hop gets criticized and shit, as far as what people talk about and what they don't talk about, and don't get me wrong, I'm very aware of the fucking detrimental effect a lot of music can have on the community. I'm not being blind to that. But art is art. Stop looking for art to raise you, like Bilal said. If you want hip-hop to change, pay attention to the kids.
That's it.
Watch your kids. Educate
That's it.
them. And somewhere along the line, all of these smart rappers that we're listening to, like Kendrick and J.I.D. and Big Crit, had somebody there giving them some type of game. At some point in time, they went and got some type of game. And I feel like the reality of hip hop is that, like, you can't expect motherfuckers to change without you putting in the work.
You know, like,
what I mean?
the style of music I make heavily was influenced by the fact that my mom found a rap when I was about, I don't know, 7 or 8, between 7 and 9, maybe 10. She found a rap that I wrote, and it was full of like coke and guns and girls. And she was like,
Nigga Bilal was a wild 10-year-old.
That's real.
I told y'all the heroin story.
I was about to say,
I told y'all the heroin story, man.
Wow.
Told you the heroin
Put a
story.
replay on this real
If
quick.
you missed the heroin story,
Like,
man.
Mom deep, man.
Nah, not even. It was just, you know. But if my mom hadn't told me, she didn't tell me I can't rap. She didn't tell me stop rapping. She didn't try to push me away from rap. She said if you're going to rap, you need to be a conscious rapper. And then I had to figure out what a conscious rapper was. And then I had to figure out, well, who did I like? And then that started me down the path of listening to Poor Righteous Teachers. I was banging Miss Bangladesh. I was banging Word Is Life, Word Is Bond, you know what I mean? And then I started listening to KRS, and I started listening to Immortal Technique, and I started listening to
Immortal Technique.
And then I found the Black Star album, which I feel like is the best iteration of meaningful hip hop ever to exist. And argue with your mom. Don't argue with me. Black Star to me is always making it on the top 5 list of hip hop albums.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. All
For
that
me.
music just started flooding back to my
Come
fucking. As soon
on,
as you
bro.
said that album, it was just like I fell inside the
Yeah,
album.
like,
I'm like, oh my fucking goodness.
Like to
bro.
me, if you're talking about,
tonight.
if someone said you have to get, like, for me, not everyone's gonna feel this way, you have to get rid of Miseducation or Black Star, I would be like, what are you talking about?
You think that's the most underrated album of all time? Hip-hop
Black Star?
album?
Probably.
I had a couple candidates.
Cause like
I don't
Black
know,
Star or
Black Star might be.
Miseducation, you got one gotta go. All of his work and you never exist. Crazy. Like you really have to sit there.
I don't even want to answer that.
I'm not going to answer
answering that.
I'm not going to
So
answer.
disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. But my mom's statement
hell
made
no.
me consider the type of music that I wanted to make. Now, not every artist knows that they want to rap at 10 years old, but most people are not being spoken to in a way where someone says something that is intentionally influencing their art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, he want to rap out there with his friends. And it's like, my mom was, I would say, savvy enough to say, hey, I like rap music, but this ain't the type of rapper that you going to be.
Yeah.
At least not in my house. You're going to rap about something that has some, you're going to make some music that is about something more than just some surface level getting money shit. And
Hell yeah.
and I'm not saying everybody need to be a conscious rapper, but with that, because I still make music that's like on some, bullshit, I'm getting money type shit. But what I do now is I take a deep consideration of how I say things and what the rhyme scheme is and how clever it is and how, because I had that influence of saying, well, I got to be good at it. If you're going to be a conscious rapper, you actually got to be good. Because rapping about positive shit and making it sound good is not easy.
It's hard.
And
it's not easy.
This goes back to what you were saying before about if you want to change the music,
you gotta spend time with the kids. That's what I'm saying.
And people
my mom
try to
actually
reverse,
puts the energy in to say, hey, this is how you should.
And the thing is,
music.
you can't reverse engineer that type of shit. Like I had somebody, like I pretty much went through almost the exact same situation. Only it was with my cousin. I was going to VA. I got family in VA. They had a studio. My cousin was a gospel rapper. It was early before I ever got in the studio. I had a rhyme book full of crazy shit. I had a crazy life. You know what I'm saying? I lived around a lot of crazy people. I spent time with my cousins in the trap and shit like that. I came up around a lot of wild shit that was really regular for me. I take my rhyme book down there. He looks at it. He opens it up. He's like, my God. Like, I hope you ain't talking like this. Like, he's pissed. I filled the rhyme book full, right? Takes my whole rhyme book. Every rhyme I wrote for like a year, took the whole thing. Didn't give it back to me. Never got it back, right? I come back. I'm thinking like, damn, I fucked up. He ended up convincing me to make like some gospel joint down there. It actually wasn't bad. He wasn't even a bad rapper himself. But like, he actually convinced me to make some gospel joint down there. I go down there, I'm thinking, all right, cool. Thinking maybe trying to question my music and shit like that. But it's true to me. So I come home, you know what I mean? I remember I was talking to my cousin about it, and he's like, yeah, I went down there. I was talking to my cousin. I'm like, and I'm saying, my other cousin, I'm like, yeah, so-and-so ripped my round book up and shit. He took it from me. He said I shouldn't be rapping like that. And he put his hand on my shoulder like, hey, listen, cuz. He ain't being raised how you being raised, and he ain't go through any of the things that you went through. He could never understand you. And you don't got to lie to nobody in your music. What you going through and what you been through is what you been through. He's like, and you can't change the shit you talk about until you actually change your life at the end of the day. And that's if you want to be a real authentic artist. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of people who kind of see that, you know what I mean, who try to
that
reverse.
That stuck with you forever.
Yeah, who try to reverse
every
engineer
rhyme, that moment is with you every time your pen is on a page.
Yes, every time.
And that's what I mean.
And having the right to be like, you know what? Nigga, this is my fucking truth. Even if I can't help but give you a little bit more of a lesson in some shit, you know what I mean? To be a little more, because that's just how I am. I want to speak about shit just not from a base level of things. At the end of the day, your truth is your truth. Like, I remember, I'm a different individual. I'm 33 years old. I'm a grown man. I'm very receptive to things. I listen to motherfuckers. There was a point in time where I was in the street and you couldn't tell me shit. You know what I mean? No one could tell me. When you're in the street and you're making shit about being in the street and someone says, yo, stop making that. Nigga, I'm going home to get my gun, nigga. There's a nigga trying to kill me right now around the corner. What are you talking? I don't even know if I'm gonna see you tomorrow. You talking about stop making my music. Mm-hmm. So I stopped even getting offended. But what I did say was, anybody who don't support me don't have the right to criticize me.
Right.
And I just stopped I didn't take anything personal. I became the person when I started doing local show, I didn't tell nobody. I was on it because between that and the other thing with me is like my grandmother and myself were like, I was the closest person to my family to my grandmother when she was alive. Matriarch in my family, my hero. She hated rap. Hated it. I think about her all the time. And sometimes I just tell her, I'm sorry, but I wanted to do this. And the thing is, she hated it. And she tried to stop me from doing it, but she was the first person that told me that I wanted to be a rapper. Before I knew that, it was her. I was there. I'm in 5th grade. I'm not even 5th grade. I'm 5, 6 years old rapping songs. I hear her, my grandson just want to be a goddamn rapper so bad. I'm like, why is she saying this? And then I got older. I'm like, she knew. Yeah. She seen it in me. She tried to fight it. Yeah. She tried to fight it, but she could not. I went back every time. I be sitting there like, BET's 82.
Yeah.
I'll keep Nickelodeon on last. Boop. Boop, turn it back on. I'm trying to look and listen to it, sneaking. As soon as I found a mixtape store, was a rap store.
Hey, that last channel button crazy.
Yeah, that last
channel button was crazy.
Yes,
Bro, but if you really want to be slick,
HBO, you last button took.
you hit that last button and then change the channel real quick, and then it's like when the last was Nickelodeon, and now I'm watching Die Hard. Like, what you talking about?
But that was before like everybody had the net, everybody had home computers and shit. I
That last channel button, boy.
Y'all ever get caught watching Uncut? Any of y'all ever get caught watching Uncut, bro?
No, I almost got caught. I almost got caught real sex a couple times.
No, freak. It was real sex. Almost.
It wasn't Hoes and Johns.
Almost.
Hoes and Johns.
Hoes and Johns is crazy.
Hoes and Johns. I ain't even gonna lie.
Hoes and
There's that
Johns
one
is
chick on
crazy.
Real Sex. There's one episode of Real Sex that had me messed up. There was some chick in there who just known her with some long ass tongue. She was in a barbershop. I thought I was gonna marry that girl when I was like 13. I said, I'm gonna find this woman somewhere and I'm gonna fuck
You heard them steps from upstairs?
there. Oh yeah, you hear that? Last. Nigga night. Out of Lucy, come on.
Yo, the battery ever died? Imagine the battery.
You be trying to turn back to I Dream of Jeannie. That battery died, you done.
Yeah.
I remember.
Don't fuck around, hit the menu button because your ass is grass.
I remember
You fuck around, hit the menu button on accident, boom, it's over. You gotta hit the menu button 7 times to get the fucking menu off the screen, dog.
Yo, they started calling my cousin Mr. Clicky one time because he was in the
Mr. Clicky is crazy.
He was in the sunroom of my aunt's
Mr.
crib and
Clicky
shit. And he on the computer. The way he looking, he on the computer, but the computer facing him, but it's not facing us. So he in there on some freak shit, watching some porn. It's broad daylight, watching porno and shit. My aunt coming in, all you hear is click, 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 but the computer froze. So it was just ass up on the screen when my aunt went in there. Yo, we was cracking up like, yo, Mr. Clicky, you can't get that shit off that fast. And he was like, shit.
Still to this day, they call him Clicky. Though.
Clicky, Mr. Clicky.
Mr.
20
Clicky
years
is
later,
crazy,
Mr.
bro.
Clicky is
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
That gotta be the most embarrassing thing. Somebody like
Mr. Clicky is wild.
yo, one time I accidentally like caught my man's one time like on some dumbass shit. He was standing in his crib, right? Like I walked down to see him. His man's was in his basement. So I'm like, yo. I ain't gonna say his name because he be watching the pod. I was like, yo.
Clarence? No,
I was like, yo,
Clarence.
so here? He's like, yeah, he upstairs. So then in retrospect, I realized I didn't give the nigga no time to like prepare. Like, so like I'm going up I'm just jogging up the steps regular. I go up the steps, open the door. All I see is my man light skin. All I see is light skin thigh. This nigga pulling his pants up and shit. And he just like, bro, put his hands up, lotion on both of his hands, bro. Bro, he's like, damn, nigga.
Yeah, you caught me, bro.
Yo, he couldn't say nothing. All he kept doing was damn. Nigga, wow. I was just like, oh shit. I started cracking up. I just left.
No, I'm straight. Hey, bro, I'm out the shower. Just fresh out the shower, bro. Fresh out the shower,
It was over. He had that shit on the screen. He came in. All I seen was
red-handed.
yo on both hands, bro.
You should just.
Yo,
Lotion on both hands is
both
sick.
hands, bro.
That's
sick.
sick.
It's sick.
I was
You ain't leave one hand free. Lotion on both hands.
Both hands, bro.
You cut from a different cloth.
Bro,
It's like,
bro, and there was no getting around it. I remember the lotion bottle sitting
Psychopath.
on the computer desk dripping, literally the lotion bottle was dripping. I came up, I'm like, oh
that's-
shit. And he was like, damn. I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna catch you later. I just went back to the crib.
literally, what the fuck are you doing?
Two-hand Jimmy.
It's broad
That's a
daylight.
two-hand
It's
Jimmy.
12
No
o'clock,
longer
G.
Christy, it's two-hand
Lock your door.
Jimmy.
Two-hand Jimmy.
Nigga, it's
Jimmy
12
Jazz.
o'clock.
This nigga was double cup.
Bro, it's 12 o'clock. You double
Double-fisted.
Your man is staying with you
double-fisted
downstairs. You ain't
yourself.
even locked the door. Double
You double fisted up on a Wednesday afternoon, my boy.
insane,
You acting
Two
bad.
hands on a Wednesday.
Bro.
Two
That's
hands on a
crazy.
wheel. He was 10-2.
So he was
That's
so
crazy.
mad.
Fuck
We got up later. We joined up with the click and shit. He was just looking at me like, Go ahead. I'm like, I ain't gonna say nothing. Go
First
ahead
of all-
and say it. Go ahead and tell the
first of all-
story. I don't care.
Stop looking at me.
Again.
You ain't allowed to look at me for 30 days.
I
Stop
told him,
looking
like,
at me.
I didn't want to talk to the nigga. I'm like, listen, bro, I'm not saying nothing. Go ahead. I know you gonna do it. You know, you all funny. You be telling little funny stories and shit. I know you gonna do it. Go ahead. I'm like, all right, fuck it. And we had to laugh about it, but it's like, nigga, lock your fucking door, nigga. You got a nigga living with you, nigga. He a floor down and an unlocked door. His man was laying on the couch. I'm thinking it's smooth. I'm like, yo, where so-and-so? He's like, oh, yeah, he upstairs. I'm like, I bet. Went up there, had a little blunt. Think we about to smoke up real quick. He had the studio in the crib. Think we gonna record some shit. I'm like, nah, man.
Two-hand
My
Jimmy.
man had the double
More
jerky.
of the story, man.
Double
More
jerky.
of the story. Yo, be responsible, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
be responsible,
Yeah, be
bro.
responsible.
Lock your door, bro.
We
Especially
gotta
if
live
it's
in this
12 in the
world too,
afternoon.
nigga.
Yeah,
We
lock
gotta
your
live
door.
in this world too.
Yeah.
Yo, swear to God, we gotta live in this world.
Facts.
Lock your
But
door,
yeah,
G.
man, I think that at the end of the day, spend more time with the kids, bro.
Yo, absolutely.
That's where you going? That's where you
Spend more
going?
time with the kids. Obviously, old boy was trying to spend a lot of time with the kids. You feel me? He was trying to spend a lot of time.
He
with
wasn't
the kids.
raised right. You're right. He wasn't raised right.
No, he was trying to spend a lot of time with the
This
kids.
man
Man.
wasn't raised right.
Nah,
Two
nah.
heads.
Spend more time with the kids,
Oh
man.
my God.
Yeah,
that
they
segue
gonna end up like that. They gonna end up with heads in the air with
Spend
lotion
more
on
time
both
with the
hands.
kids, man.
That's
That
why.
was insane, bro.
Maybe spend more time with the kids and your son won't two-hand Jimmy out here.
Yo,
man.
please, bro.
Okay.
Can't,
Nah.
bro.
I don't even
yourself
know
a
how we
break.
got there.
Give yourself a break, you animal.
Give yourself a break. It's
Fucking
crazy.
animals.
Give yourself a break. It's crazy. No, I be actually like I think that just in general though, like I think that we kind of underestimate like the things that we feel like kids get into.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? Like we underestimate
true.
the thing. Like
That
and
is
honestly,
so
working
true.
in the school is hard sometimes because it just be like. Working in a school is hard sometimes because I realize something about me. I get angry fast. I'm good at like I feel that I'm good at controlling my reaction to my anger. Because most of the time people don't even know I'm angry unless you're really close to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I get angry fast, so it's hard not to get a kid's like super tough love. Like on some real like I'm about to talk crazy to you.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to talk real crazy to you. Because I think that the level of disregard and disrespect, and it's also influenced by the fact that older people don't really reach out in the same way because they're afraid for different reasons and shit like that. There's a big disconnect on both sides, but when you see some of the shit that they get into, you be wanting to talk to them crazy, and then you realize like they're not always going to receive it. They don't always understand what's wrong with what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they don't always understand how stupid you look trying to run around and shoot at somebody and you don't even know why.
Yeah, you remember what I used to say about 22 and 21-year-olds? We would always have these conversations back when we had a club, and it would be a conversation about somebody doing some stupid ass shit. And like, yo, I can't believe they did this dumb ass shit. And I'm like, how old are they? And my argument back then, which I felt like we kind of came to a consensus, either I forgot what we agreed on or how we was talking about, but I was just like, yo, 21, 22, you're still a kid then. Are you legally liable as an adult? Absolutely. You can go to jail, you can drink, you can do all that. But to me, I know now being 33 that a 21-year-old is still a kid. 22-year-old is a kid. Are there exceptions to the rule? Absolutely. Because like we've said previous times on this podcast, too many of us have had to grow up mad fast. Yeah. So I'm sure there's exceptions. But for the most part, a 21, 22-year-old is a kid. Even if you're smart, I feel like I was a smart 21, 22-year-old. I still was goofy as hell in certain ways. Some of the shit I said to girls back then, I thought was
No.
smooth.
You always gonna be a goofy because you need to make mistakes. But I feel like the lesson of being your own person isn't really it hasn't been a staple in. I feel like the education of children at home or in school for a long time.
Individualism isn't taught. It's like
Individualism, it's very
the four
thing,
agreements,
like,
the domestication of mankind. They try to
50
get
Cent
you,
was talking about that.
yeah,
like
they want to get you in the herd.
He was
they
talking.
got to get you in line. You know what I mean?
Right. Which one you talking about? The voice
I'm talking about the four agreements at the beginning where he talks about the domestication of mankind and how
he expands upon that in
indoctrinated
another
to
book
think a certain
called
type
The
of way.
Voice of Knowledge. Like he goes deeper into
same
that.
author?
Same author.
I'm gonna read that.
And
Voice of Knowledge?
yeah, but that's Don Miguel Ruiz for y'all that don't know.
Don Miguel.
But man, I was listening to 50 talk about how he was like, man, he's like, you talk to the younger dudes, and I'd be like, you know, they'd be like, oh, we beefing. Oh, this is the op. Oh, yeah, boom, boom. He's like, oh, okay, like, what happened? Like, where y'all beefing? And he was like, yeah, he's like, they be trying to act like I'm trying to squash it, but they don't. What I'm seeing is that they don't even know why the fuck they beefing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why you beef with such and such? Oh, that's my bro's op. That's your bro's op. First of all, I got a lot of. I don't have a lot of bros that aren't quality people, to be honest, because I curate the people that spend time around me. But if we rewind back time, there's motherfuckers that I was spending time around whose opinion, thought process, and perspective wasn't worth shit. Yeah. So if that person is beefing with somebody, I'm supposed to make his problem my problem when this motherfucker is goofy as hell? Yeah. That's crazy. I'm not making your problems my problems, bro. Children that spend time around each other, your kids, your children. Yeah. The reason why I spend time around each other is to learn and grow and experience new experiences. You don't spend time around each other to be each other's like bodyguards or anything like that. You know what I mean? The reason why I say that is because like you're committing your life to someone who you probably won't know in 6 years.
That's a fact.
And I understand that kids can't see that.
Risking your life for someone.
No, but kids can't see that because of how young they are. But that's why it's important when I say when you want to change the music or you want to change the perspective of it, you gotta spend time with the kids because the only way they're gonna get that seed planted in their mind is when someone keeps telling them over and over again. Yeah. If you got somebody that keep telling you, like I tell my kids, bro, you over here running around wrestling, doing this and this, skipping class with this person for somebody you're not gonna know in 6 years. Yeah. In 6 years, you might not even know that motherfucker. You're not gonna know them. You're not gonna know their kids' names. You're not gonna know who they're dating, who they're with, if they're in jail, if they're dead, if they're alive.
Yeah, they can't picture
and you're over here spending all your time and energy that is a pivotal time in your life with someone who you probably won't even know. There's students that I got graduated that got friends as their roommates right now, and I told you, don't have your friend as your fucking roommate. Yeah. Don't ever have your friend as your roommate.
Why is that? Because
the same way your relationship can fall apart when somebody starts spending more time with you, well, like romantic, it's the same with anything.
I feel like
once I know how your cleaning habits are, your sleeping habits are, the way your room smells, like all those things. Plus, spending time around you, your thought process, you get a deep dive into someone that isn't necessary for certain levels of relationship. Yes. I don't want to live with my friends.
And honestly, you're risking your friendship with that. I have a talk with one of my friends all the time. He talks about, yo, we should all go in business. And he's the person who I think would be capable. I'm like, all right. And then he starts naming people that we're cool with that I would never go, yo, and we should invite so-and-so and so-and-so. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. He's like, wow. I'm like, because not only do I not think those people are capable of going into business with me or for themselves in that level, I value those people as friends so much that I wouldn't risk it. If I don't think that you can do something, and we've had a solid friendship where you've been a standard, like a real person to me for years, why would I risk that on a business endeavor that I feel like is going to fail? I value your friendship more than that. Yeah. To cross that line. It's the same thing with roommate. It's a risk.
Same reason why you
losing a good friend. I don't want to risk losing a great friend that I probably wouldn't have lost if I didn't have to live with the nigga.
Right. Yeah. And it's the same concept as why, as a man, if you have a real female friend, you shouldn't have sex with her.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you shouldn't reach out to have sex with your female friends that you want to keep as female friends or women friends because it's going to ruin it. It's going to ruin the situation.
Every time.
Like, you try and go into business with your bro, and your bro. This is my standard. If your friend doesn't have something that they do on a consistent basis that promotes growth or sustains a family member, like if they're not taking care of somebody, including themselves, then I know you can't get into business with me. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have responsibilities in your life that will cause yours or someone else's life to fall apart if you didn't keep up, then I can't trust your work ethic yet because I don't really know enough about it.
You're 100% right about that.
You know what I mean?
It'd be shit that I'd be mad about myself that I have to deal with, but I guess those things are proving grounds for being able to
like I know for a fact I can go into business with you because there's certain things, and we are in business because there's certain things that you have done that have sustained the people around you. You know what I mean? We all make mistakes. We all got good things that we're good and bad at. But I know that you got a work ethic that's good enough to keep the lives of other people together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And vice versa. So all that to say, like, you know, when it comes to like getting in business with friends, is your friend improving?
Gotta be
like,
the right
you
friend.
could be my friend. You could be the homie.
Gotta be the right friend.
But like getting bread with you is crazy.
I think it's a hard conversation to have if you just can't
like,
trust
yeah.
everybody with everything.
We
I think
talking
a lot
about
of people,
taxes.
I'm talking about there's niggas you can trust with your life that you can't trust with your girl.
That's right.
Ain't that's facts.
And you may not want to look at that friend like that, but in the back of your mind, you may feel like that, but you can trust this nigga with your life. You can trust him with $1 million. If you went to jail for 5 years, he would have the same amount of money for you, and he may have more. Can't trust him with your girl. Some niggas you can trust with your girl, can't trust him with your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some niggas you can trust to come be your friend and be there for you, but you can't trust them to be there on time. So I feel like whenever you've had somebody who's real to an extent, because ain't nobody 100% real, and a lot of those conversations are hard-headed. You don't really know until people show you their colors. But I firmly feel like everybody ain't meant to be trusted with everything.
Yo, I know the pod is getting good, but we have a message from our sponsors. Did you know that only half the adults with mental illness actually get treated?
Or the 2.5 million youth in the U.S. actually suffer from severe depression?
Our sponsors, the House of Wax, is raising awareness of mental disorders through knowledge, education, and music as a collective resource hub.
So let's normalize talks about mental health. To continue to raise awareness, for resources, visit the house at waxmentalhealth.org. And if you know someone in crisis, make sure you tell them to dial the crisis hotline at 988 because you are not alone. Not saying I feel like I'm walking around with any individuals like that because I firmly don't believe that at all. But what I'm trying to say is just because I can trust you with this don't mean I can trust you with that. I have plenty of friends that I trust with my life. I could call like, yo, I'm hemmed up. Niggas got me pinned down. And they going to be here in a second, risking their fucking everything. Their life, their livelihood. People they got to take care of for me. I wouldn't call them, but they would do that for me. That don't necessarily mean we can take a loan out together and it's going to be okay. And that's fine. Because I value you as a friend. We don't need to add another title to this relationship.
Yeah.
If you're already great as a friend, we don't need to do that. There's no point. Because like my mom told, I said it all the time, my mom told me, and I still believe this, you are lucky if you get one real friend in life.
Talk that talk, Lum.
One.
Talk that talk, man.
One.
Yeah,
Just one.
And by real friend, I think to add context, I feel like a real friend is someone who can remain your friend through the many phases of your life.
Absolutely. It takes
You know what I
effort
mean?
to have a friendship. You gotta actually want to be somebody's friend. Like the average friendship don't last through a lot of shit. Even a lot of this shit, like me and B have never been at odds. We've never really been mad at each other. Disagreed a bunch of times, but we just have a respect for each other that never really lets it go to a point where there's any issue. But this nigga have been everywhere in the world and we'd have been friends.
It's real work.
Yeah,
man.
man. It's work. This nigga have been out of
It's
the country.
real
We've been
work.
friends. He was living in another state for 4 years. But it's not, when you actually have somebody that you're a good friend with, it's not it's work, but it's not. You know what I mean? I want to hit the, yo, what's good? What's popping down there? Tell me how wild. I ain't going to start saying, because we used to always talk about funny shit that went on in the land. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? Bro, these niggas are some wild boys down here. Let me tell you. And I'm like, yeah, right. He's like, no, this wild shit. So I feel like when you have friends like that, like, I'm grateful all the time that I have a certain amount of friends. I'm like, damn, I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be 33 still kicking it with my nigga Juice. You know what I'm saying? I was smoking with him the other day. You know what I'm saying? Just catching up with him and shit. Being able to watch him in his different phases of life, having kids and them going to play football and shit. His son in high school that I used to watch walk. Now I'm aging myself. His son in high school that I used to watch walk around as a toddler and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like those are true blue friendships.
Absolutely.
Some people are here for a season.
Yeah, I feel like good friends, man. That's what they are, man. It's hard work, and it's work that'll make you a better person, right? Like I won't make a move that'll be the wrong move because I can't let my friend down. I can't let myself down, but I can't let them down. Like being around them just makes you move better because you're held to a standard. You know what I'm saying? And people like, man, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to, I don't know. It's just one of those things, man. I love it.
I'll add this. You know, I have several friends that will hold me accountable whenever I'm wrong in something, and whenever they sit like, nah, Dre, you ain't right for doing such and such, and I'm like, you know what, you right, you know what I mean? Instead of being like, nah, and you know, if you're not real friends and somebody holds you accountable or they tell you about yourself, you instantly stop. You stop being friends and your friendship is damaged because of that. But a real friendship, it's not going to be damaged. You're just
a real friendship,
Just want to stand the test of time.
And then, but you know what I realized? You just said something that I was talking to my woman about this though, and it's the same thing because the standards of a friendship between men are similar to the standards of a friendship, or similar to the standards of a relationship. And the reason why I say that is because like a lot of guys have a problem when they get to the point of like, let me give you an example. I watch anime. I like to play video games.
That's true.
I've been liking to play video games my entire life because I love a good story. Yep. I love a video game with a story. Lately, in the last 4 years, I should say in the last 5 years, I came back to playing video games. I wasn't playing video games for a long time. And I bought a PS5. My bros was online. He was like, yo, come play online with us. Had the time, had the bread. Bought a PS5. I started playing video games like Call of Duty, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't the same commitment as a game that had a long story. Long story game, I got to finish the story. I got to know what's going on. I got to go here. I got to do the side missions.
You think about that shit.
Right. You dreaming about it. You waking up thinking like, damn, is it like, you know what I mean? So I just started playing like more like easier to get into, boom, boom. But there was a time, even now where I'll put my shit in storage sometimes because I gotta get after it. Like all the habits and shit I'm trying to establish in my life, there'll be months where I just can't play the video game because I'm gonna get too, you know what I mean, wrapped up. But to bring it back, you said when someone tells you about yourself, if it makes the relationship fall apart, then it ain't, you know what I mean. For men, I feel like there'd be that time where like a woman will say something to you like, oh, you ain't been on your gym shit. Like, you ain't really been on your shit. Or you ain't really been doing your thing. And then niggas will get mad. Like, damn, you always trying to tell me what to do. You always trying. And it's like, a lot of times, and this ain't just for men, but I'm speaking from that angle. A lot of times people get mad when someone is holding you accountable to your standard. Yeah. You get mad at somebody else for holding you accountable to the standard that you put in front of them.
Yeah. Yeah,
you told her that you was this type of motherfucker that do this and do this and do that and do that, and it's cool to play the video game, but you didn't play the video game for 5 straight hours every day of the week. Right. Yeah. And now you like when she say, "Oh, you've been playing the video game a lot," it's like, "Oh," and then or when your bro is like, "Damn, bro, like." I ain't gonna hold you, man. Like, you gotta get over there and see your son, bro. I ain't see you with your son in a minute. Yeah. Damn, nigga, like, no, I got this and this. Like, you ain't being a dad, bro. Yeah. I'm telling you because you my bro, and I expect niggas around me to have a certain standard.
No, you got to. I told my man the other day. My man's like, my homie was going through some shit like we were having like a little debate. This is basically about the things that black fathers go through. And I tell him all the time, bro. I be saying all the time, I'm like, bro, I'm like the reason I won't let you make no excuses for any of these guys out here when it comes to being a father is because of the shit I seen him go through. Like, he knows the system well and the type of shit that black men go through with kids and shit like that. But the type of struggle that he had to go through, I'm like, bro, you need to start giving that talk and holding people to your standard. He has the one when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, baby moms. I ain't gonna say his name, put his shit out there, but he has the one. Yeah, we just call her the one because, like, there's no story
it's
you can
talk. Stereotypical
using
your kids as a weapon
on steroids. I'm talking like on steroids, showing up, trying to get you fired from jobs. One time they were driving, they stopped in front of a church and she tried to pull off. She pulled the keys out this nigga's ignition and threw them out the window in front of all the people in the church. He goes out to get his keys. She gets out the car and starts trying to kick the keys into the sewer. In front of like 90 people in front of the hill, in front of this church. Like, she's the one. But my point is, through all of that, through custody battles, through high motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, child support, my man persevered. And it was tough. There's a lot of people who weren't willing to do the shit that he's willing to do. And I feel like that needs to be held in a different fucking regard. There's times where we're there and he's like, damn, bro, I don't get my fucking dog. I gotta text this fucking lawyer. It's $25 a text. Fuck it. You know how many people say it's $25 a text? And pick a game, we talking about game, fuck it. And get back to playing Call of Duty and then make that fucking excuse. I'm like, bro, you had everything.
And then when they're 15, you can't tell a 15-year-old kid, I didn't spend enough time with you because it was $25 to text my lawyer.
Yeah, you can't tell
They to them
kid
they
that.
you just told them that they wasn't worth $75.
Bro, you realize the admiration I be
You know
talking
what I
about with
mean?
the admiration I had for my dad? You realize the image, how that image would have been destroyed if that nigga told me the reason I never paid for anything you had as a kid or helped you out with school clothes or was there for you is because, I was already paying your mom child support. Nigga, I don't got shit to do with what I'm fucking walking around or the lack of things that I have. It has a lot to do with it, and I completely understand that, especially from my mom's aspect, but at the end of the day, nigga, I'm a kid, and I'm not seeing it like that. And I'm not going to have that view of you like that. That's why I was saying, like, to have that extra effort, there's too many people who walk around acting like they don't got no fucking kids. Walking around acting like they don't got no fucking kid. And the reason you have to be harder on niggas is because, like, yo, in reality, I could get 365 women pregnant this year. A woman can get pregnant one time a year, twice. She can get pregnant, have a baby, and get pregnant again. It's way more dangerous if we don't handle our shit and hold each other accountable. It just is like, there's 3 of us in here. We could go out, and if we really, really applied ourselves or really, really wanted to, we could impregnate 1,200 women between the 4 of us.
God damn, put me in this.
I'm just saying. Listen, everybody married. I ain't get nobody in your ladies. Everybody here got a girl with me right now. So I don't get nobody in trouble.
Baby,
You know what I'm saying? I don't get nobody in trouble.
Crazy single man talking shit.
It's a sole single man, but that's my point. Just as men, why we got to hold each other accountable. 4 men can knock 12. Like, if 4 women
Going somewhere with your bro, going somewhere with your married bro and watching him trying to swerve on something is crazy.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy.
Bro, you
crazy.
that's
It's like, what are you doing? Don't do
First
this
of
for
all,
me.
why are you doing this in front of me? Why are you doing this in front of me?
Don't call my phone talking about, yeah, bro, she went through my shit. I don't
deserve every benefit, nigga. I told you this.
No, nigga, I told you, stupid. I told you. I remember my dad. The first time I seen my dad stand up some shit like that, I'll give him credit. I remember a dude walked up to his car. He's like, yo, Bart, I got I got this chick I'm trying to bring to the crib. Can I bring her around the apartment? And I heard him as a little kid. It was a conversation I heard. He's like, what, dude? No, like, I just met your girl. Why would you bring your girl? You just introduced me to her. Nah, bro. Nah, I'm not doing that. You can't use my apartment. You can't introduce me to your wife and all that shit. Have her eating dinner at my house and then fucking using my apartment to fuck around. I'm not gonna say anything, but do that shit somewhere else.
Yeah, do that shit somewhere else, bro.
Don't have her
But
break
no,
bread with me and
I
shit.
ain't gonna lie, that's a good question. Like, that's a good question. If your man's like, if one of my friends was cheating on their wives, I would absolutely hold him accountable. Yeah. But my solution to him continuing is to end the friendship. Yeah. I'm not going to reach out to his wife because I feel like I don't want to be involved in y'all shit. Yeah. But I feel like if y'all shit is that messy, then we don't need to be close. Because your shit, whatever habits you got, is always going to, I might not pick up on your habits, but I'm going to have to repel them. Yeah. And if I have to do work to clean you off of me, then I don't need you to fuck around.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Some people
you know what I mean?
Need to do work like you get older and you want, like, I used to get a thrill from, toxic. Used to get a thrill from fucking with niggas' girls. A thrill. Oh yeah, she was with me yesterday. She kissing you on the mouth. Oh, you look stupid. All that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
cool.
Yeah,
I used to get very toxic. Listen, I'm just saying, like I've had
macaroni.
Some times. Macaroni, man.
Macaroni.
But my point is, as you get older, you're like, yo, I started talking to girls different. I'm like, yo, you want me that bad? Dump your nigga. This that exclusive shit right here. Dump your fucking nigga. You gotta creep around because I don't want nobody who's gonna creep around on a motherfucker and ain't bold enough to take control of their life. If you feel like you gotta creep around with a nigga you don't want to be with, you ain't my type of chick. You wanna fuck with me? Dump that nigga. If it's that real. If you don't dump that nigga, it ain't that real. And I'm not finna be creeping around nobody's back because one thing I do know is a nigga will kill you about his girl. Kill you. And it ain't worth it, buddy. I'm sorry. I ain't going to war for nobody else's girl.
Saying the way you get them is the way you lose them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
That's real shit. You get them like that. You get them on some
bro,
wild
I'm
shit like
a firm believer in that. I'm a
like
firm believer
that.
if I meet you on some cheating backdoor shit, what's to stop me from thinking you gonna do the same to me? You're just a snake, baby. Just because you willing to lay with me right now, you still a snake. You still don't got you know what I'm saying, whatever the courage to tell that nigga, yo, I'm done. I'm cool. Especially if it ain't no abusive situation, he just ain't shit nigga, and it's like, yeah, I'm cool. I've seen everything. Listen, I've seen a chick come fucking nursing scrubs at 11, stay the night, put them motherfuckers back on at 7, go home to her nigga.
Said she was at work.
Since she was at work. Worked at 11 to 7.
That's fucked up, bro.
At my house. And that shit creeped me the fuck out. It's not nothing. I was like, oh,
You put your scrubs on.
It
came to my
scarred
house.
me. I thought she was
Got
getting
beat
off
down.
of work. You know what I'm saying? And then I heard her in the
I
bathroom.
put it on the calendar.
Bro, I'm thinking she getting off at work. She put her scrubs on to come stay the night. And she in the bathroom having a conversation. Yo, I'm gonna be home. I'm just getting off. It's busy. The client ain't go to sleep all night. Yo, what?
The client ain't gonna sleep all night. This nigga wild. He the client.
How many people?
He the client.
I'm the client.
He the client. He ain't slept all night. The client's been real busy tonight, baby. The client has been up all night.
Oh, the client is crazy.
The client has been up all night.
Yo.
I've been trying to put him to bed. I'll see you later, babe.
He gets real active at night. I don't know what's
The
going
client gets real active every night.
on. Gave him too much caffeine again.
Yeah. Actually, we can go ahead, man. I just want to say thank you to 1028 Podcast Studios.
Yeah, shout
Thank
out, man,
you.
Corey, man. You worked overtime
yeah.
today, man.
Thank you to
Wedding
House of Wax,
pulled
man.
up. Shout out to House of Wax.
Thank you for y'all support. Thank you
Yes.
for viewing. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing. You know what I mean? Keep it going, because we're going to keep it going. We got a lot of stuff in the works for y'all, man. Actually,
Absolutely.
things are going to continue to grow and expand, and the podcast is going to continue to grow and expand.
Absolutely.
And the next time that we are interested in doing something big, you'll be right there to witness the growth of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we
Steady
are
growth, man. We got a small team now. We 4 deep right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moving, shout out to my man Dre. Been
Right,
in the building
4
and shit.
deep. And we
Shout out,
got
y'all
some-
heard a different voice and shit.
right.
Like,
And we got some shit on the side coming through, man.
oh, for sure. Definitely a lot of fun
Keep
stuff.
your ears and eyes open for music that's going to be coming out soon too, which we will work into the
absolutely.
pod for sure.
Absolutely. You've been,
For all of y'all, yeah.
Ringing, bro.
There's people that have been
That
watching
thing
the
has been
pod, that have been
ringing.
following
Yeah.
our music since 07.
Yeah, we didn't stop
You
making
know what I
music or
mean?
anything. I had like 12 people ask, so you podcast? No, I didn't like.
No, we ain't
stop
switched
making
up.
music or anything.
We're just adding value to what we're trying to provide.
You know, we got a lot more to offer than music, so as nice as we are. We got a lot. There's more to offer, so you know, time to get a time together.
But listen, keep it going in your own life, in your own situation. We hope we inspire y'all. And we'll catch you on the next pod, man.
Sure.
And you started it with that, you ended it with that. I ain't mad. That's consistency, brother. Consistency. Get your woo, woo, woo.
I'm trying to make a catchphrase. I start trying new shit every week.
Yo, that's it, man. Fire.
Yeah, that was a good pod.